Hey guys, this is the third video today, and this is going to be the TTT Series video. So, another TTT video, and this one's going to be on the bunker and the gun running series bunker, stuff like that. Well, gun running and bunker the same thing. You get the point though. So, it's going to be on the bunker. Tons of stuff to cover here. It's going to be short, but it's going to be sweet. So, there's going to be lots of stuff to cover. So, definitely pay attention, and hopefully you guys will learn a thing or two. Anyway, let's get right on into the video. Now, we will start off the video with the most important part of the gun running bunker, which is location. If you do not have the right location, it's going to be extremely hard to sell, and it's going to be very annoying to sell. So, the best locations, well, for me, I would say, goes in this order, which would be Chumash, then Lago Zancudo, and then Route 68. All other bunkers are pretty bad. The only other one I'd consider somewhat decent would be the farmhouse, but even then, it's not worth it. Do not, I swear, do not ever get the Paleto Forest bunker. Just save more money to get the Lago Zancudo or the Chumash bunker. There is no point in getting the Paleto Bay bunker. Do not buy the Paleto Bay bunker, because once you have purchased the upgrades for the Paleto Bay bunker, you need to repurchase those upgrades if you want to buy and if you want to move. So just stay, and I strongly recommend you get Chumash. Chumash is my favorite so far. I moved to that one from the Paleto Bay because I had the Paleto Bay a super long time ago. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in this game. Now, we're going to go with the upgrades. Bunker style, you do not need it, don't get it, there's no point. Personal quarters, that's your choice. I say get personal quarters. It is pretty good, even though it costs a ton. But if you're on a budget, you don't absolutely need it. You could just take the time to drive there or fly there or whatever. The next would be the shooting range. Do not buy the shooting range. It's extremely, extremely expensive for absolutely no reason. And then the next one would be the gun locker, I believe. Gun locker is not necessary. Do not buy the gun locker. Then the next one is transportation. You do not need transportation, okay? If you're so lazy that even in a video game you cannot walk, do not play video games. You need some help, okay? You do not need the transportation. Do not get the transportation for the life of me. Getting transportation is literally useless. You have to walk. You don't even have to walk too far to get to the computer. So do not buy transportation. There is no point. Now, I'm gonna be showing you guys the difference between stealing and just buying supplies. And this is the most important part. Just like every other business that has to do, well, except for the nightclub and cargo and stuff. All the motorcycle businesses, and for the bunker, which the motorcycle business is most likely what we're going to be doing next. The bunker requires supplies, so you have to either steal supplies or buy them. Do not steal them, and I repeat again, do not steal them. It takes forever to steal them, and it does not fill up your supplies extremely fast. In GTA, time is money. So if you say, okay, think about this. If you bought supplies, so you don't have to worry about stealing supplies now, right? Then you can just immediately go to cargo and start sourcing cargo. I guarantee you, you'll make up all the money super quickly for those supplies, okay? By just doing cargo instead. Stealing supplies takes super long. To steal the batches of supplies you need for 2 batches of supplies, for 2 small batches of supplies, and I don't even think that fills up the whole bar. You need to spend about 30 minutes. 30 minutes stealing supplies. And that's if you have an oppressor or a buzzard available at that time. If you do not have a buzzard or oppressor available, you're not going to be able to steal them. Anyway, you're going to see here, you're going to watch me actually buy supplies, and then I will steal supplies. So buying supplies fills up the supply bar all the way. I actually have to wait a little bit for the supplies to go down just a little bit so I can top it off using the steal supplies. Only reason you'll ever steal supplies is if you ever want to top it off, like the supplies that you have, or if, actually that's basically the only reason. There's no other reason. Either that or you're on a major budget, and you should never be on that big of a budget. You should have money before you buy the bunker. You should still have spare money. So what you're seeing here is the research page. Research is pretty important because it gives you the best stuff in the game. So as you see, I've gotten the ballistic equipment, which is really strong. It's actually really fun to use too. I've also gotten the combat MG barrel, stuff like that. So basic stuff. There's some small stuff. There's also stuff like the oppressor missile, which is really important if you have the oppressor, not the oppressor Mark II. The insurgent pickup custom 50 cal minigun, which is extremely important for the insurgent because it's super strong on the insurgent. That thing is like, you're basically shooting sniper shots out of a minigun. It's extremely powerful. So research is like really important, but it's really tedious. It costs a lot to do. So if one whole batch of supplies will do one whole research, and I think actually a little bit more on top of that, not 100% sure. But you should be buying if you're going to get research, if you're really rich, you might want to fast track. I highly recommend you do not fast track, but I like to fast track just because I want to get it done and over with. Because research is extremely tedious. There's a good chance you'll get a livery or something useless. The best things with the research is most likely the ammo. The ammo, if you get explosive ammo, it's extremely useful against griefers, and the rest of the ammo is extremely useful in just missions in general. Now, moving on, once more, we have, as I said, the steal supplies or buy supplies. Always, always, always buy supplies. There's no point in stealing supplies. Trust me, I will say it time and again, do not steal supplies. Okay, it's not hard to just buy supplies. Just buy supplies. And I also wanted to mention right now, I actually forgot to mention this. Now I see it on the screen, I can mention it. Always purchase the upgrades. Have enough money. It costs a lot. It costs just over $1 million to upgrade the staff, and well, it costs quite a bit. Like it costs almost $2 million to upgrade the staff and the equipment. Always, please, always upgrade both upgrades. I want both upgrades. Security upgrades optional, but I severely recommend you get the staff upgrade and the equipment upgrade because it's so necessary. You need those. Those are extremely, extremely helpful. They actually make the bunker worth it. The bunker is not worth it if you do not have those upgrades. Once you get those upgrades, your money gets boosted so fast. You will make that money back. I promise you, if you play this game quite a bit, you will make this money back. Okay? So as you see I'm doing right now, I'm stealing these supplies. This is pretty important. Anyway, I'm going to skip to the point where I get actually at the base. So as you see, I've finally arrived to the base. And it's been around 5 minutes. I actually ran in with a griefer. It probably wouldn't have been that long if I didn't run in with a griefer. But I did, so it definitely slowed me down. But that's also the thing. When you're delivering supplies by stealing them, you can get griefed. You can literally get griefed. And if you get griefed, it's going to take a lot of time to redo all of that stuff. And that's just boring. No one wants to just steal supplies like all the time. So now that my character has finally gone into the building, I'm finally going to steal supplies. I actually die a few times here because these guys are absolute lasers, and I was also trying to do something at the time. I was actually looking at my phone, but still, these guys are lasers, and it takes time. This is not fun to do. You're just running through a building, you're shooting at people, and you're trying to steal those supplies. And you see right there, I die because he absolutely lasers me. I had no clue he was right there. And I just got lasered. So, as you see, I actually die like a good 2 other times, I'm pretty sure, doing this. This is not easy, and it's definitely not efficient. Think about doing this, and then by all this work, when you're finished, you get to the base, and it's not even close to, I think it's like a quarter, very most, you get for doing one of these. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's like a quarter. So I strongly recommend that you guys buy supplies, because unless you want to do this and missions like this every single time, you're just not going to want to do gun running anymore. You're just going to want to instead maybe do something else. But I seriously recommend buying supplies. Buying supplies is super necessary if you want to be time efficient. Just look at how long this is going to take me by the time we're done. This is double speed. And I'm still trying to do this, and I actually do die another time, I believe, like right here. Yeah, see, I die. So just look at how long this is going to take me to do. So there we go. We're finally outside of the building, and we've already spent 10 minutes, about 11 minutes now doing this. Okay, 11 minutes. That's at least two crate missions. You could do 2 crate missions easily in 10 minutes or 11 minutes. You could do around 2 crate missions. You would be already past the amount that it costs to buy supplies just with the crates. Okay, look at the time. It's still going down. Keep that in mind. We're not even there. We're not even back yet. So it's definitely going to take another 2 minutes to get there. Now I'll skip to when I get there. So as you see, I finally arrived, and I used about 15 minutes doing that. So I can get almost 9 crates in my warehouse by the time I deliver those supplies. And because I have an oppressor. Now imagine I didn't have an oppressor. Imagine if I have to drive all the way there. That would be insane. That would be literally insane. That would take so much time to do. So, like I said before, just buy supplies. It's so much easier. The only reason you should steal supplies if you want to top off or something like that. There's definitely no reason to steal supplies. 100% is no reason. Anyway, now we'll move on to selling those goods. So now that you have your supplies, most likely from buying, either if you do not buy them, you have to be on a budget, or you're just trying to top off, like I said. Now we're going to move on to selling. Selling is a very important part of the whole deal with the bunker, because this is actually how you make your money. Now you'll see the value says $140,000. Now this is not completely true, because you're always going to want to sell to Los Santos. That is the Blaine County price, but you could just sell to Los Santos instead. And also with this, the reason you also want to buy supplies is because 1 batch of supplies is equal to 1 delivery vehicle in the mission. So you'll see there's only 1, not 2, not 3. So you'll see here I only have the 1 delivery vehicle. This is very important. So now I can sell this quickly and get this done. And also, I strongly recommend you only buy 1 batch of supplies and then just sell that 1 batch of supplies. Unlike crates crates give you a big bonus for selling in bigger groups and selling more of them all at once. This does not. So you get around the same amount if you sell just 1 batch of supplies. If you would sell all 4, if you would fill up your warehouse, you get technically around the same amount, because you still have to buy those more supplies and stuff. So just sell the 1 vehicle, I recommend, unless you have a friend or something. But I highly recommend you do not fill up your warehouse. You do not fill up your warehouse, just sell the 1 vehicle. So easy. You make around the same money. You make barely any bonus from doing anything in super large quantities worth of sale. And you see here I actually have a hiccup in the sell mission. You do have most likely a good amount of time. This is possibly one of the easiest sell mission, sell type missions, because there's still other missions. So the worst mission is the Doom FAV. If you get the Doom FAV, okay, you might be screwed, because it's really difficult. That's why I also say try not to take your chances with buying more supplies than you have to, because if you try to do you could probably do 2 delivery vehicles in 1 sell mission by yourself, but it's probably not a good idea to try it, because you could if you get to do an FAV, you won't have any chance. You will not have a chance to finish it. It's just super long to do. So, yeah, don't take your chances. I also wanted to point out that if you either get griefed, or you do not like the sell mission, or you do not make the sell mission total in the final time, you could just close your application. Just close your application, or I don't think finding a new lobby works, but I know for a fact that closing your application does work. So just close your application. If you're on Xbox, you can do it. I'm pretty sure on PC you can do it. It works still the same thing. So, and on PS4, of course, because I play on PS4, you'll see that it does work if you close your application. If you get griefed or something, just close your app, and after all your supplies, most of your stock will still be there. You might lose a little bit, but you won't lose an insane amount of stock. So I strongly recommend you just close your app if you get blown up or something. Besides that, you should be fine. Should be good to go. Anyway, I also wanted to mention quickly, I was trying this off the radar, and I noticed it did not work. So off the radar does not work for cargo, vehicle cargo, gun running, nightclub. It does not work for nightclub either. I'm not sure about motorcycle club. I think it works. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not 100% sure. I definitely do your research, but I'm gonna say it probably does not work for motorcycle club either. So the only way you can do, like, you can go off the radar, like actually go off the radar, is you have to use Ghost Organization. Do it. Trust me. If you need to, and you know you're an aggressive lobby, you're trying to sell in a big lobby, go Ghost. Okay. So, because I like selling in big lobbies usually, so I can get a big bonus. I'll get a humongous bonus for some of my cash. This one I don't think I sold in the big lobby because I just tried to do it quickly, but you could sell in big lobbies and make up to a 25% bonus. Okay, so a 25% bonus is a big bonus, especially if you're selling big. So definitely go for that. Anyway, yeah. So basically, and that bonus will pay for the ghost. So it'll pay for the ghost, and it'll still give you a good amount of cash. So always go for the bonus if you can. If you feel confident enough, you can definitely do it. It's definitely more important though. I would still sell with a friend if you could. Anyway, now we're going to move on to the last bit of the video, which is just kind of wrapping it up. So now that I believe I've covered almost all the topics that I need to cover, this is going to be where the video ends. Like I said, I just wanted to mention this is supposed to be short and sweet, and that it's all the basics. So anything like major is not really going to be mentioned, but it is all the basics, and this is what you need to know if you're ever going to buy a bunker. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.